Imagine a warm afternoon just like any other, when you're sitting in your living room sipping tea. You're relatively healthy, no major health concerns, maybe a little high blood pressure that you've been monitoring, but nothing serious. Life feels stable and predictable until it isn't. Today's story is about the intricate network of blood vessels, tissues, and muscles that work tirelessly to keep you alive. The heart. But sometimes, without warning, this system can turn against you in the most unexpected and silent of ways. Mark Anderson. He was the picture of health, or at least he thought so. He was always active, a father of two, and had recently started jogging to keep fit. He worked long hours but never missed his weekend tennis matches with friends. One autumn morning, Mark noticed something strange. He felt a dull, radiating pain in his chest after jogging, something he had never experienced before. It wasn't sharp or sudden, just a mild discomfort that spread into his arm. He brushed it off. Probably just heartburn, he thought. Over the next few weeks, the sensation came and went. Mark became more tired, less enthusiastic about his workouts, but he attributed it to stress from work. After all, his job as a sales manager was demanding, and stress could explain his fatigue. But deep down, something didn't feel right. Mark was about to face one of the most common and dangerous health conditions: coronary artery disease, CAD. It is a condition where the coronary arteries, the vessels that supply blood to the heart, become narrowed due to the buildup of plaque, a combination of fat, cholesterol, and other substances. This condition can develop slowly over years, and the most terrifying aspect? It's often silent. Many people like Mark don't realize they're at risk because the early symptoms are easy to dismiss. Some don't have symptoms at all until the situation becomes critical. Mark's occasional chest pain, known as angina, was his heart's way of signaling that something was wrong. His heart muscle wasn't getting enough oxygen-rich blood. But like most people, he ignored the signs. Mark's journey took a dramatic turn one evening. After a long day at work, he sat down to dinner with his family when a sudden wave of dizziness washed over him. His chest tightened, and the pain was much more intense this time, like a heavy weight pressing down on him. Sweat beaded on his forehead, and his breathing became shallow. Mark's wife, Sarah, noticed immediately. "Mark, are you okay?" she asked, concerned. I don't know," he managed to say, clutching his chest. His left arm was tingling, and his jaw hurt. These were classic signs of a heart attack, but at that moment, Mark wasn't thinking about the medical implications. He was scared, confused, and in pain. Sarah called 911, and the paramedics arrived quickly. As they rushed Mark to the hospital, they explained to him that he was likely experiencing a myocardial infarction, more commonly known as a heart attack. At the hospital, the medical team confirmed that Mark's coronary arteries was almost entirely blocked. The plaque buildup had ruptured, forming a blood clot that was cutting off the blood supply to part of his heart muscle. Without immediate intervention, that part of the heart would begin to die. Mark was rushed into the catheterization lab for an angioplasty, a procedure to open up the blocked artery. Doctors inserted a small balloon into his artery to push the plaque against the walls, followed by placing a stent to keep the artery open. As Mark lay in the hospital bed post-procedure, groggy but alive, the gravity of what had just happened hit him. He had nearly become another statistic, one of the 18 million people worldwide who die from heart disease every year. And the scariest part? It had crept up on him silently, without dramatic warning signs. The days following Mark's heart attack were full of reflection and change. He realized that while genetics and age play a role, his lifestyle had contributed to his condition. His diet, high in processed foods and saturated fats, had quietly been adding to the plaque in his arteries. His stress levels were through the roof, and while he exercised occasionally, it wasn't enough to combat the damage that was happening inside his body. Mark's doctor emphasized the importance of preventative care. He learned that many heart attacks can be prevented by addressing risk factors early on, maintaining a healthy weight, eating a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and managing stress effectively. Regular checkups, even when you feel fine, can catch underlying issues like high cholesterol or hypertension before they spiral out of control. With the support of his family, Mark committed to his recovery. He started cardiac rehabilitation, which helped him rebuild his strength while learning how to take better care of his heart. The road ahead was long, but Mark was determined.